Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. Temperatures were near seasonal yesterday in the upper 40s, low 50s. We also had rain starting to move in before midnight, with the most rain there in Emporia and Lawrence, a little bit less elsewhere. And of course, precipitation continued after midnight and early this morning. We may get another round later on this afternoon. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit, but I do want to recap the month of November, where we had 13 days above average, 10 days of what is within 5 degrees of average on that particular date, 7 days below average, which included 5 of the last 7 days. So certainly ended the month in November on the cool side, although these last 2 days haven't been too bad. In the meantime, taking a look at average high temperature, that was 58.4 degrees, which is a little bit warmer than where we should be, which is 55.2. Factoring in the lows, also a little bit warmer with our wide range in temperatures throughout the month, from 14 being the coldest and 79 being the warmest. And you can see the huge difference in temperatures for the average high. The first half of the month, our average high 67.5, while the second half of the month only 49.3. So yeah, winter came through during the last 15 days of the month of November. We did get a little over 1.5 inches of precipitation, 7.2 of that in the form of snow. And believe it or not, Topeka was the only spot, at least from the major airports, that was below average for the month for precipitation. Manhattan, Emporia, and Concordia all above average for what is considered average for the month of November in those particular areas. Let's take a look at what we have expecting for the month of December. These are 30-year averages, 49.28, the average high-low this for today, 41.21 towards the end of the month. You can see how the sunrise-sunset times change throughout the month. We average 1.49 inches of precipitation, but 4.1 of that in the form of snow. So again, that's the 30-year average. What is the 30-day average? Well, it does look like what are the normal conditions, or at least probability of above normal precipitation opportunity for the month. And taking a look at temperatures, probability of above normal temperatures. So, how about the first 8 days of the month? Well, today, a little bit on the chilly side, mid to upper 30s, maybe some low 40s for some lucky areas. We will have the precipitation from overnight winding down shortly after sunrise, but then we'll get another wave pushing through, possibly in the late morning, better chance in the afternoon. That could be very heavy at all. There's not a whole lot of moisture within this. We'll call this a rain-snow mix. Maybe a little bit of sleet, but for the most part, not really looking at too much of an impact with that system. As we head into tonight, we may be able to clear out a little bit, lows in the mid to upper 20s, and then we'll have a few flurries, possibly some sprinkles tomorrow. Not going to be overly heavy. There's even more drier air tomorrow compared to this afternoon, so I'm not expecting it to be a huge impact, and we're really only looking at the chilly temperatures being the more impactful as far as the weather is concerned tomorrow. We'll get quite a bit of cloud cover over the weekend, more on Saturday versus Sunday, as temperatures will be warmer on Sunday to more seasonal highs, and will continue to warm up a little bit next week. A weak frontal boundary pushes through Tuesday, coming through dry though, and then starting to warm back up for the second half of the work week. Overall, we could be looking at some areas in the 60s next week, so that'll be something to watch out for, especially beginning on Wednesday. But until then, at least for today and tomorrow, unseasonably cool. Any precipitation that falls is not going to be very heavy, not going to be very impactful. Obviously, not expecting much in the way of accumulation, but that still doesn't mean you shouldn't be cautious out on the roadways. Just be a little bit cautious. There could be some slick spots, especially when temperatures drop below freezing tonight everywhere. That could lead to some black ice and freezing of any of the rainfall that we've had from overnight, last night, or even today. So keep that in mind. Have a great day, stay warm, and let's look forward to next week, where it's going to be a little bit nicer with more sun expected.